Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Kerry. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet a submarine, which was a request I received. When crocheted using 8-ply yarn and a 3mm hook, this large one, the size is 18 centimeters wide by 14 centimeters or 7 inches wide by 5.5 inches. This medium submarine, crocheted using 4-ply crochet cotton and a 1.5mm hook, is 14 centimeters wide by 10 centimeters or 5.5 inches wide by 4 inches. The small submarine, crocheted using 2-ply crochet cotton and a 1mm hook, is 10 centimeters wide by 7 centimeters or 4 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches. I'll be using Catona cotton, so the size will be a bit smaller than the large one. I'll tell you the size at the end of the video. I'll be using Catona cotton. I've got 146 Vivid Blue, 208 Yellow Gold and 173 Bluebell. I've got a 2.5mm crochet hook, scissors, a darning needle to weave in the ends and sewing thread and a needle to stitch the portholes down. Now we're starting on the front of the submarine. I've got my 146, the Vivid Blue, and we start with 10 chain. Now to give it the rounded edge, we're going to work 3 different stitches along the first row. We're going to miss the first chain and work 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. A single crochet is a double crochet using UK terms. For a single crochet we put the hook into the chain and bring through a loop, yarn around the hook and take the hook with this yarn at the end through both loops. And we need 1 single crochet in the next chain as well. Then we're going to work 1 half double crochet into each of the following 2 chain. A half double crochet is a half treble using UK terms. For a half double crochet, put the yarn around the hook, hook into the chain and bring through a loop, yarn around the hook and take the hook with the yarn at the end through all the loops. And 1 half double crochet in the next chain as well. Then we work 1 double crochet into the following chain. That's a treble using UK terms. For a double crochet, put the yarn around the hook, hook into the next chain and bring up a loop, yarn around the hook. Take the hook with the yarn at the end through 2 loops. We've got 2 loops left, yarn around the hook, hook with the yarn at the end through 2 loops. Then we work 1 half double crochet into each of the following 2 chain. And 1 single crochet into each of the last 2 chain. And we have a curved edge. For row 2 we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 2 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches, and 2 single crochet into the last stitch. For row 3 we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 2 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 half double crochet into each of the following 2 stitches, One double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. That's a treble using UK terms. One half double crochet into each of the following 2 stitches. One single crochet into the next stitch and 2 single crochet into the last stitch. Now that's our blue part done. I'm going to leave my blue attached and I'll use it for around the neatening row, and I'll join in my 208, the yellow gold. Now I've got the 208, the yellow gold, and I just put a loop on my hook and just pull it through and tighten my blue, and I'll leave it attached. Now I start with 2 chain and turn my work. Now I'm going to work over this tail just to give it a little bit of less weaving in ends. We work 1 half double crochet into each of the first 4 stitches. And I'll just give that a slight tug just to pull it in. I leave the blue on this other side. And then I work 1 single crochet into each of the following 5 stitches. And then 1 half double crochet into each of the last 4 stitches. For row 5 we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 2 single crochet into the first stitch. Then we're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch to the last stitch. We'll work 2 single crochet into the last stitch and we'll have 15 stitches. So after the first stitch, work 1 single crochet in each stitch to the last stitch. And work 2 single crochet into the last stitch. For row 6 we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 15 stitches. For row 7 we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 2 single crochet into the first stitch. Then we're going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch to the last stitch. We'll work 2 single crochet into the last stitch and we'll have 17 stitches. So after the 2 single crochet in the first, work 1 single crochet in each stitch until the last stitch. And work 2 single crochet into the last stitch. For row 8 we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 17 stitches. For row 9 we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 2 single crochet in the first stitch. Then we'll work 1 single crochet in each stitch to the last stitch. We'll work 2 single crochet in the last stitch and we'll have 19 stitches. So after the 2 single crochet in the first, work 1 single crochet in each stitch to the last stitch. And work 2 single crochet into the last stitch. Now that's all the increasing. Now we're going to work 10 rows just straight, so 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 19 stitches. So I'll work those 10 rows off camera and I'll be back. That's the 10 rows done. For row 20 we start with 1 chain and turn. We're going to work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches. We put our hook into the first stitch and bring up a loop and hook into the next stitch and bring up a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook. We put the yarn around the hook and take the hook with the yarn at the end through all the loops. And then we work 1 single crochet into each of the next 15 stitches. We have 2 stitches left. We work a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 21, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 17 stitches. For row 22, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each stitch. For row 23, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 17 stitches. For row 24, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches. Then we work 1 single crochet in each of the next 13 stitches. And a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 25, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 15 stitches. For row 26, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each stitch. For row 27, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet in each of the next 11 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 28, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 13 stitches. For row 29, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. And a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 30, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 11 stitches. For row 31, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. And a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 32, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 9 stitches. For row 33, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 34, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 35 we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 36 we start with 1 chain and turn, and we work a joined single crochet over the 3 stitches. We put our hook into the first stitch and bring up a loop, hook into the next stitch and bring up a loop, and hook into the last stitch and bring up a loop. There's 4 loops on the hook. We put the yarn around the hook and take the hook with the yarn at the end through all the loops, and then we fasten off just the yellow. And that's the submarine body done, except for the neatening row. For the neatening row we're going to turn our work over, and we're going to bring up a loop of the vivid blue just at the beginning of it. So just bring a loop up and work 1 chain, and we work 1 single crochet in that same stitch, and then we're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch around the vivid blue part. So just find a suitable place, not too far from the edge, to put your hook. And just as we get to the yellow, we're going to join in the yellow. So just put a loop on your hook and bring it through, and then finish the stitch with the yellow, and you can pull the blue tight and just fasten that off, and then just continue working your 1 single crochet in each stitch around the yellow part. So just continue around. I'll work around to about here just before I get back to the blue off camera, and I'll be back. Now I'm almost back to the vivid blue. I'll just work 1 more single crochet in here, and then I slip stitch in the first stitch. So I put my hook into the stitch, bring through a loop and take it straight through the loop on the hook, and then fasten off. And that's the submarine's body done. I'll just weave in these ends, and then I'll be back with the blue, and we'll work this tower piece here. Now for this tower, I fold the body in half and I find the middle stitch, and then I work back, join 3 stitches back from the middle stitch. Now I'm going to leave a long tail at the beginning. I use it to work a neatening row around the top of the tower. So it depends on the weight of yarn, how much you need to leave, but I rather leave too much than too little, but it needs to go around the top. Once you've joined, work one chain and then work one single crochet in the same stitch as the join, and then one single crochet in each of the next 10 stitches. For row 2, we start with one chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, one single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 3, we start with one chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, one single crochet into each of the next 5 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches, and then we fasten off just the top bit. Now for the neatening row, just bring up a loop of your vivid blue in the next stitch before the tower, and we're going to work one single crochet in each stitch, except for the 2 corner stitches. We can work 2 single crochet in those stitches just to give it a rounded edge. And then slip stitch in the next stitch along the body and fasten off. And that's the tower done. I'll just weave in these ends and I'll be back with the Bluebell and we'll work the periscope. Now for the periscope, we join the 173, the Bluebell, in the 4th stitch from the back of the tower. And work 11 chain. We miss the first chain and work 1 half double crochet into each of the next 3 chain. Now to get the bend, we're going to work a joined half double crochet over the next 3 stitches. So put the yarn around the hook, hook into the next chain and bring up a loop, then yarn around the hook, hook into the following chain and bring up a loop, and then yarn around the hook and hook into the next one and bring up a loop. Now there's lots of loops on the hook. Put the yarn around the hook and take the hook with the yarn at the end through all the loops. Now it can be a bit tricky to get it through all the loops, so just do a bit at a time, and then we work 1 half double crochet into each of the last 4 chain. And then slip stitch into the tower, either the next stitch or the one after, and fasten off. And that's the periscope. Now for the end of the periscope, I've got my 146, the vivid blue again, and we work 5 chain. I work the first one quite loosely. Now I work 1 half double crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then we're going to work a half double crochet through the next chain and the end of the periscope, so through both of the stitches, and then we're going to work one through the following chain and the end of the periscope again, and then work 1 half double crochet into the last chain and fasten off. And that's the periscope done. Now for the portholes, there are 3, but I'll only work 1 on camera and I'll work the other 2 off camera. Now I've got my 173, the Bluebell, and we make a magic loop, or you can work 3 chain and join with a slip stitch if you prefer. Now there's lots of ways to make a magic loop, so make it how you feel most comfortable. I just put my hook on the yarn, bring the short end over the hook and then the long end over the short end to make a circle, yarn around the hook and bring my hook with the yarn at the end through the circle, and that's my magic loop. I start with 2 chain and I work 12 double crochet into my circle. A double crochet is a treble using UK terms, so 12 double crochet into the circle. Then we pull the circle tight, so we take hold of this tail and just ease it in as tight as we can, and we join with a slip stitch in the top of the first stitch and fasten off. And then we can join in the vivid blue in any stitch, it doesn't really matter. We start with one chain and we work one single crochet in the same stitch as the join, and then one single crochet in each stitch around. If we'd worked two single crochet in each stitch, it would have just made the portholes too big. And then join with a slip stitch in the top of the first stitch. And fasten off. And that's a porthole done. Now for this propeller, I've still got my 146 Vivid Blue, and we start with a magic loop again. We work 5 chain, we work one single crochet in the second chain from the hook, one half double crochet in the next chain, one single crochet in the following chain, and slip stitch into the last chain, and then slip stitch into the magic loop. And then for the other side we work 5 chain again. We work one single crochet in the second chain from the hook, one half double crochet into the next chain, one single crochet in the following chain, slip stitch into the last chain, and then slip stitch into the magic loop, and then pull the magic loop tight, and then work 2 chain and fasten off. I've left a little bit of a longer tail, and I'll just use that to stitch it to the end of the submarine. Now for this fin, we're going to find the centre back stitch, and we're going to join our Vivid Blue 4 stitches back from that centre stitch, so forward, towards the tower. So in this stitch here, but I'm going to leave a tail for the neatening row. We're going to work slip stitches around, and we won't need as much as we had for the tower. So we've just got to work around there with a slip stitch. Now we start with one chain, we work one single crochet in the same stitch as the join, and then one single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. For row 2 we start with one chain and turn and work one single crochet in each of the 4 stitches. For row 3 we start with one chain and turn, we work one single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 4 we start with one chain and turn, we work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches and one single crochet into the last stitch. For row 5, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the 2 stitches. And for row 6, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet into the stitch, and then fasten off the end bit, and then we turn our work back for the neatening row and bring up a loop and work 1 chain, and then just work 1 slip stitch in each stitch round. So put your hook into the stitch and bring through a loop and take it straight through the loop on the hook. Just work up to the point into the point. You could work 1 slip stitch, 1 chain and 1 slip stitch, and then 1 slip stitch into each stitch down the side. And then just slip stitch in the same stitch as the last stitch of the fin on the body and fasten off. And that's the first fin done. For the second fin, find your center stitch, and we join 7 stitches before. And just check to see if it's even with the end of the last, and then we leave a tail again for the neatening row. We work 1 chain, work 1 single crochet in the same stitch as the join, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. For row 2, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 4 stitches. For row 3, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches and 1 single crochet into each of the last 2 stitches. For row 4, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 1 single crochet into the first stitch and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 5, we start with 1 chain and turn and work a joined single crochet over the 2 stitches. For row 6, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet into the stitch, and then we fasten that one off. And then for our neatening row, we turn our work and bring up a loop of the vivid blue from the tail and work a chain and just work a slip stitch in each stitch up to the top. We can work a slip stitch, a chain and a slip stitch into the top, and then just work it the same as this one. So I'll finish this off camera. I'll weave in the ends and I'll be back and we'll put it together. There's the pieces. We've got the submarine, the propeller and the 3 portholes. The first thing we do is stitch the propeller just to the end of the submarine there, and then stitch the portholes evenly along the center, so just in there. So I'll do that and I'll be back and show you the finished submarine. There's the finished submarine. The size is 15 centimeters wide by 11.5 centimeters, or 6 inches wide by 4.5 inches. If you've liked my video, please like, subscribe and share. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Patreon. The details are in the description below, along with the details of my website where I have my patterns and the details of my Facebook group. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.